Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. It is lovely to have you here and welcome to all the new faces. Lots of new people subscribing in the last week, so it's so great to have you here. My name is Rachel, I'm a knitter and a sewist. You can expect lots of knitting and sewing content from me. Fabric hauls, yarn hauls, sew alongs, what I've been making videos, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I hope you'll stick around and enjoy some more videos. So today's video is a what I made video. So this is going to be a what I made in February and March. It's currently the last day of March. Now March was not actually a very good sewing month for me. I didn't do very much because I've been so busy. But I did do quite a bit in February, so I've got a few things to show you. I haven't actually got the physical stuff to show you because I started collecting it together and then realised half of it was actually in the wash. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up pictures of all the makes or videos or whatever that I've got to show you them. So yeah, let's get started, shall we? I've got my little list so I don't forget anything. Okay, so let's kick off with I think we'll do like sewing first and then knitting. So the first thing that I sewed was Valentine's Day pajamas. So these were actually a work project. If you don't know, I work for the Cotswold Sewing Centres as a social media manager. I actually have multiple jobs but that is one of my jobs, is I work as Cotswold Sewing Centre social media manager. So I create lots of content which includes making things, sewing things, you know, recording that process and sharing it on social media. So I made some Valentine's Day pajamas, little shorty pyjama set, which was the Juno shorty pyjama set from the Tilly and the Buttons Make It Simple book. If you're new to sewing, I would really recommend that book. It's a really great book with like lots of very quick, very easy, simple projects. There's often not like any bust darts or waist darts or anything that like needs fitting. It normally sort of comes in together with either elastic or a waist tie or something. I mean, Tilly and the Buttons does that a lot with their patterns, to be fair. They do a lot of great patterns that don't require too much fitting, which is always, I think, a good place to start. I've been sewing now for just over a year and I've used most of their patterns for that reason. And now I'm sort of starting to move into like learning about full bust adjustments and that kind of stuff. So yeah, the pyjamas came out really nicely. I sized up because I like to have a loose fit on my pyjamas, and I used this lovely heart print jersey fabric that we had in store that was just perfect for Valentine's Day. And then I did actually wear them. I wore them on Valentine's Day to chill out in, because we just had a very chilled one. It was like a Wednesday or something, like a Tuesday or a Wednesday or something, so it wasn't like a day for going out midweek. I'm such a granny. I'm like, no, I'm not leaving the house. Going to watch TV. So yeah, that was my first thing that I sewed. And then my next sewing project was another Tilly and the Buttons Billy dress, which is what I'm currently wearing. This is a Billy dress that I made back in January, which I absolutely love. It's got the really big sleeves, so you have two options with the Billy dress. You can have like a straight sleeve, it can be 3/4 length or full length, and then you can have the poofy sleeve. So I wanted to make a slightly more simple version. So I bought some of this lovely safety pin jersey fabric from Hey Sew Sister, who's one of my favourite fabric shops. She also has the most beautiful things in. So I bought some of that and I made myself up a simple Billy. I've actually got loads of that fabric left, so I think I'm going to end up making another jumper dress type thing. But yeah, I've got loads of wear out of that Billy because it's just great for like whacking on with leggings. I use it for like working from home because it's super comfy, or if I just want a chill day. So I really like that one. I did it without the pockets this time because I found that when I put the pockets on this one, like it's okay, but it is quite bulky with that sweatshirting fabric when you have a pocket. So actually I preferred it without. I also as well, like with this one, I used ribbing fabric for the cuffs and the band and the neckline, whereas with the safety pin I actually just use the fabric folded over, which is an option in the pattern, and I feel like that actually worked really well. I was very pleased with that and how it's come out. That definitely won't be my last Billy. I think I'd really like to have a go at making another one with these sleeves, but as a sweatshirt rather than a full dress. And yeah, I could easily see myself making more jumper dresses. I feel like the weather's now, well, I say that, I'm looking out, like there's a window just there and it's grey and horrible and raining and disgusting. So I say I think the weather's getting better, but right now it looks horrible. But it's definitely getting warmer, so I probably won't be making any more Billy dresses until September time, but I think it's a great like working from home outfit for the cold months. So yeah, really pleased with that one. Then my next make was a lotta dress. It's another Tilly and the Buttons pattern. I genuinely do need to like branch out. To be fair, my next few things that I'm sewing up are not Tilly and the Buttons patterns. I do have another Tilly and the Buttons at some point, but I am branching out slightly, I promise. So yeah, I made a Tilly and the Buttons lotta dress, which I have actually made before, twice before. I made last summer, but I made it in a woven fabric. So I made it in cotton both times, a gingham cotton, and I made it in a vintage cotton bed sheet. But I made the short sleeve version. I always fancied having a go at making a jersey version, making a t-shirt version, because I thought that would be really nice and comfortable. So I made a long sleeved version and I'm so pleased with it. It came out so well. It was really nice actually. My husband said that out of all my makes he feels like that one looks like it was bought from a shop, which is really lovely. I just got an overlocker, but I didn't have it at the time, so I made it without an overlocker and I used Mariflex thread, which I'd never used before, and actually that worked so well on stretch fabrics. So obviously all of these things that I've sewn I've just have all been stretch fabrics. I've been doing a lot of stretch over winter because I want that like cozy warm feeling. And yeah, I've been using Mariflex on a straight stitch on a normal sewing machine. I have a Janome 360 DC. And it worked really well. It did, you know, it's, yeah, looks really good. So really happy with that. The only thing is the sleeves are slightly too long, so I think what I might do is shorten them and hem them and make them a little bit so I don't look quite so like floppy when I wear it. But yeah, really pleased with that. Definitely going to be making another one soon. I think jersey dresses are definitely going to be something that like I make more of, and I might try and get some more patterns. I really love the Esma dress from Sew Over It. Is really nice. It's got like a waistband, it's a bit more fitted. I think it actually has a bust art. I think that would be really lovely. It's short sleeved to do for summer, and you know, when it's really warm you could just wear that with bare legs and trainers, and as I say, for me it's great like working from home where I feel like I'm dressed but I'm not wearing like really stiff sensible clothing. So yeah, that was my third sew. Right, let me just look at my list. Okay, and then I made another set of pajamas. You can tell like what my February and March has been. It's been a lot of like cozy nights in and working from home in comfortable clothes. So I made myself another pair of pajamas, which to be fair again was a work project that I did for the blog. I used some lovely fabric from work and I sewed up a pair of PJs. Again, I used the Juno pattern, but I made the long version with like it's like got cuffs, and I did the same. I used the fabric to make the cuffs, so like folded it over, and they came out so well. They're so comfortable. The only thing is some of the thread has like some of the stitching has come undone in certain areas. I think basically what I've done is when I've got to the end of a thing I've like back stitched a little bit but not enough, because then when I cut through the seam allowance, when I like attach it to another bit, so it's like where the crotch attaches and stuff, so you come through like you sew it onto another bit and you cut that seam allowance, it's cut off the back stitching bit, so then the threads come undone. So I'm trying to back stitch for longer. I think that's probably part of the issue. I also think that once I unbox my overlocker, it literally arrived yesterday, once I unbox that and I start using that, I think it'll probably make slightly more secure jersey makes. But I'll definitely be making the pajamas again because they've come out really nicely. And the jersey we used from work, I'll link it below, is super soft, super gorgeous jersey. I can't recommend it enough for I mean, for anything really, because you can make a lovely t-shirt or like clothes for a baby or anything, because it's like one of those kind of very like neutral prints, and we have it in 3 colours, and I did it in the sagey green. So yeah, really pleased with those. Lovely like spring pajamas, just nice to like whack on. I don't actually sleep in like long pajamas. I always sleep in short pajamas because I get too hot, but I like to wear them like, you know, at the end of the day, at the end of work, and you just want to put on some like cozy pajamas. Feels really nice to have them. So yeah, I've been wearing those quite a bit. Yeah, so that is everything I sewed. So all jersey, all stretch. Most of it was February, a little bit of March, but as I say, I haven't really sewn much in March at all. I've had quite a difficult month. Our puppy has hit adolescence and was taking up a lot of my energy and a lot of time, and also I have multiple other jobs. So I write features for a sewing magazine, and I do social media and obviously YouTube content and stuff. So I've just been like really busy, and I've really struggled to fit the sewing in. So I'm kind of hoping that like in April I get a bit more time to sew a few more bits. I think unfortunately, like I had plans to make like a lovely fleece and another jumper dress, but I think I'm probably going to just put those aside for a bit because I want to make some stuff ready for the weather warming up a bit in April. So I want to make a few like blouses to wear with jeans and summer dresses and things like that. If it continues being rainy and horrible though, I might make the fleeces and stuff. But yeah, that is everything that I sewed in February and March. So now on to knitting. Obviously knitting is quite a bit slower, so I haven't actually like got that many finished things. The biggest thing that I finished actually were my headbands. I made 2 sample headbands because I released a headband pattern, which I'll link below. It's on Ravelry and Etsy. It's my own design. It's actually the pattern that I put on Kirsty's Handmade Christmas. So you may have seen, if you've been watching my channel for a little while, because I talked about it back in December, I was on Kirsty's Handmade Christmas this year in the Christmas jumper competition, and part of that was that I had to do a timed knitting challenge. So I had to knit a headband up in like 2.5 hours, and a few people asked for that pattern, so I wrote it up and I gave like a couple of different options. You can do it with a button band on the back, or you can sew it up, and I did it in Rowan Big Wool in the colour Pantomime, and which is the pink one, and then I can't remember, I think it's called Ice Blue or Ice or something like that is the pale blue. As I say, I'll link all of this below for you. And yeah, I wear them all the time. It's so warm. Like Rowan Big Wool is so cozy and so warm and really soft. It's really great like for putting on when I'm walking the dogs in the morning, like cover my head and my ears, and then I have like my hair in a bun or a ponytail or something. So yeah, those are like my finished knitting makes. And then I did also make a pair of socks as well, which I finished, which are stripy spring coloured socks, which I absolutely love. Funnily enough, I actually did make 1 sock with this yarn last year, and I did it on the magic loop method, and it came out so badly with like a big ladder down the side. So I frogged it and then remade them, because I have these small circumference, they're 25cm circular needles, 2.5mm circular needles, and so I can basically do the whole sock as a circular and it comes out so much neater. So that's my favourite way to knit socks at the moment, rather than doing magic loop. So yeah, I made myself a pair of socks, another pair. Been making a lot of socks recently, they're so cozy and warm. Me and my husband have just booked a trip actually to Germany in December, and it gets really quite cold in December, so we were trying to like figure out, you know, I was figuring out like what I should make and stuff to take. Obviously I know it's a while away, but I was just thinking about like knitting, because obviously that takes a long time. I might knit up some sweaters over the summer ready for our holiday. And I was thinking, actually I think I'm going to knit myself a few pairs of woolly socks that go all the way up to my knees, so that when I wear them underneath my trousers I'm like really cozy and warm all the way up. So no one will know, I'm not going to look like crazy because nobody will be able to tell because they'll be under my trousers. So I think that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, I'm really pleased with those socks, they came out really nicely. And then the third thing I knitted which I don't actually have a picture, I'm going to put one on, I'll put a picture up of the like the whip when I was like halfway through it, because that's all I've got. I forgot to take a picture before I gave it to my mum. I knitted her something for Mother's Day. I knitted her a spring garland, so I knitted these daffodils and made a spring garland for her to put on her mantelpiece for Mother's Day, and I didn't get a picture. I'm going to get a picture at Easter, so it will go up on my Instagram in the next couple of weeks if you want to see the finished one. But yeah, here's a little picture of the flowers. So that was really cute. I got this book called like Knitted Flowers or Knitting Flowers or something like that, which has got all these different knitted flowers, funnily enough, and I thought I might have a go at knitting a few of those, like odds and ends of yarn. It's such a good use for those, and making some like nice pretty decoration that you can bring out every year. So yeah, that was my other finished whip for February, March. So yeah, that is it. That is everything that I made in February, March. I've got a lot of things going at the moment, so I've got a few things on the needles. I've got a scarf and a jumper on the needles at the moment, which you can see on my Instagram. I've cut out quite a few sewing projects, so I'm hoping that come March I'm just gonna get going and I'm gonna sew these lovely things up. So come March, come April, I'm gonna sew these lovely things up. I'm gonna try and get my sojo back from next week, I think, and really like get some things made, because I want some really nice, I wanted a blouse for Easter and I really wanted a new dress for my birthday. Sorry, the camera just turned off. My birthday is the weekend after Easter, so I really need to get a wriggle on and actually start sewing up some of these projects. So yeah, thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed. Sorry that there weren't like loads and loads of makes, but then I guess that's just like, I know like often my videos I do like seasonal makes videos and they are quite full, so I may go back to that, we'll see. Let me know what you like, whether you like the shorter videos that are like once a month or once every other month, or whether you like the longer videos where I'm like everything I made in spring or everything I made in the summer. Let me know what you think. Also leave me a comment, let me know what you're working on, what you're sewing or crocheting or knitting. I love to hear what everybody is making. And yeah, make sure that you subscribe if you're not subscribed, because I've got lots of fun exciting videos coming up, some sew-alongs and fabric hauls and all that good stuff. So yeah, thanks so much for watching everybody. I will see you next time. Bye.